أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما محمد إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل فإن مات أو قتل انقلبت على أعقابكم ومن ينقلب على عقبيه فلن ينصر الله شيئا وسيجزي الله الشاكرين. صدق الله العظيم. This is in Surah Al-Imran, the family of Al-Imran, verse 144, a reminder for the Muslims concerning our Nabi Muhammad, a gift for us, and we need to be very grateful for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us a gift of a messenger, friend and messenger by the name of Muhammad, with a message which he delivered to his people at the time. And this is the unique quality of the messenger of God that we need to imbibe in our life, and gratefulness upon us that he came in the Arab world, and those who were with him, they benefited from his message at the time. And we are to benefit later on, and we are benefiting it now, and benefiting in time memorial. And this messenger of God, which is Muhammad, who was at the time very antagonized, and he was also attacked by the non-Muslims at the time. Even currently, yes, he's also been attacked. I had some argument with a brother of non-Muslim faith, one of the non-Muslim faith. He came to me and said, "Oh, you Muslims say yes." I said, "Okay, why do you people not eat swine or eat pig or any meat from pig?" And I said, "Oh," and I said, "Because we forbid pig. Why in Islam, Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, it says, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ مَيْتَةُ وَالدَّمُ وَلَحْمُ الْخِنْزِرِ وَمَا أُحِّلَ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ." It said that we are forbidden to eat something from the dead, and to eat blood, anything that's blood attached, and also to eat a flesh from a pig, and what Allah's name is not called upon, we do not eat it. He said, "No, that is not true." And he said, "Why? That is the truth." And I said, "Because it is found in many of the story books that when Muhammad was sick and about to pass on, and when he died, he decided to emulate what Isa alayhi salam did when he's about rising from the dead after he had been unalive by the Jews, by the centurions, by the soldiers, the time centurion soldiers. When he been all alive, been taken to the tomb and been buried, and then he decided to raise up after the third day. This was exactly what Muhammad was about to emulate. And when he started rising up as is planned, then a thunder came from the sky and struck him down, and immediately he was struck down. His carcass was being felled by the swine around, and because of that, Muslims forbade their faithful not to eat pig, because they fed on their holy message of God, and with that, it's forbidden. And I said, where did you get that from? He said it was found in many books. And I said, okay, please, I do not believe that, because the message of God's demise is found in many books, even in your own historical books written by non-Muslims, even like some Muslims and non-Muslim historians like Michael Harvard, and many of them, they wrote Harvard, and many of them wrote books about it. They dedicated a time writing about Prophet Muhammad's life and his death. He never mentioned that. Even if non-Muslims could write about Muhammad, never mentioned about his demise. Why? That he was being taken and eaten by swines and all that. So how come we believe in that? Now look at the history of the Prophet. Let's look at his life. His message, his core message was to preach about Tawheed, saying the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La ilaha illallah. And this was being geared on, and to the extent that many of the Jews refused to believe in that. They believe that there's one Allah, but don't believe that Muhammad is a messenger. But the Christians said, no, we believe in three gods, because they deified Isa alayhi salam. And this was an argument amongst them. So they hated him for that. But that doesn't mean Rasulullah never stopped passing his message. But at the point in time, the Jews decided to fight him. That's where the Battle of Khaybar took place. The Khaybar was a very fierce battle between the Muslims and the Jews. The Jews want to exercise their might and power in order to show that they are the true religion of God. But before the battle started, Rasulullah sent some armies under the leadership of the first Caliph. It was said that when they got there, they saw the might of the Jews, they came back defeated. And Rasulullah sent the second with army, and the same thing happened. And when he realized that he had lost control of the battle, that the Jews are now bragging of himself, according to Harith and the rest, saying that they have won the Muslims, Rasulullah turned to his Sahaba in dismay. And he looked at them all. Sayyukum yati rayyi ghadan. Yuhibbu Allah wa Rasulah, yuhibbu Allah wa Rasulah. Who will take this flag next day to fight the Jews? The Khaybar. That he, Allah loves him and the messenger, and he loves Allah and his messenger. Who will that? Who will do that? He looked around the Sahabas, he never found Ali. He said, Ayna Ali? And one of them said, oh, this is found in Sahih Muslim. I found in many books, like even in a Sirah of Nabi by Muhammad ibn Ishaq, also found in Sirah al-Abiyya. And many of the books, they recorded this incident. Now, when the Rasulullah looked at them saying, Ali, they say, Ali, your Ramat is sick in his eyes. He said, Ko Ali, Atini Ali. When Ali came to him, he said, according to the narration, he said, Basaqa Rasulullah ala tarab. He put one in it and he missed the clay and he put it on the face of Ali, and immediately Ali regained his sight. This is one of the mujiza, the majais of the message of God. This I showed that Rasulullah did some majais, but we don't pronounce them because why? It's not necessary. We don't believe in those majais. That's one of the significance of Islam. Our main lesson we need to learn from Islam is Tawheed and Islam Akhlaq, and is what will benefit us in His guidelines to guide us to the hereafter, guide us to the Akhirah. This is our main aim, not just the mujahis, like what people believe in. That's what we say, no, we believe in those miracles as signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but this is not our main aim. So Rasulullah did a lot of miracles. One of them is this. And which after he had done that, he gave the raya to Ali, flag to Ali, to go and fight. And Ali went with his army and they conquered Khaybar. And after some people were grievous, were not happy. They were having this enmity against Rasul because the Rasulullah defeated their kingsmen, their mighty warriors. And one of them was Zainab bint Harith. She was selling food nearby. And the Rasulullah would go to her restaurants to eat with the Sahabas. And one day like that, after the Khaybar battle, they got there, they began to eat. The woman decided to poison the roasted sheep and gave it to them. And according to the narration, it was said that the woman wanted to test if he was a messenger of God, a true messenger of God. So he brought the sheep forward, and Rasulullah about to take a morsel of it, just a small part of it, a piece of it, and the sign came to him, though some had touched his tongue, and he spat it off. And one of the Sahabas, called Bishr ibn al-Barah, due to his hunger state, he ate a big morsel of it through his system, and he died instantly. And it was said, Rasulullah, they wanted to kill the lady. Rasulullah said, no, don't kill the lady. She pleaded for forgiveness. Rasulullah forgave her. In some narration, it was said she was executed. But in the true narration, the fine narration of it, that she was being forgiven. Zainab bin Harith was forgiven. This is one of the. So some scholars did injustice by saying that particular thing took in the 629 AD, which they say that it was on the 8th year after Hijrah, that led to his death in 11th year after Hijrah. This is wrong. The Battle of Khaybar took place the 6th year, 7th year after Hijrah. And that was the time he took the most of the poison sheep. So how come that could lead to his demise on the 11th year after Hijrah? That was not what unalived Rasulullah. Rasulullah was never unalived by that. And it was said that when that moment about his death, when it took place, the death of a messenger of God, it was said that he was severely having fever. It's natural. At the age of 60 plus, possible he must have fever. So he was having some fever. So this fever, it was said that he could not go for Salah. Even on that very day, it was said he could not go for Salah. That was on the day of even the Jum'ah Salah. He could not go for Salah. He was going with fall down. So he was going supported with fall down. So he stayed in the house of Aisha Mu'minin. It was in the lap, was in the lap of Aisha, meaning when he passed on. That was how it happened. And when he passed on, it was said it was on that spot that Ali buried him. After he had done some rituals of cleansing on him, put in a fire robe and dug the place there and buried him. And that place became a sanctuary of the Prophet today. And that place was being an edifice around the mosque. It was the mosque was surrounding the place called the Masjid al-Nabi. This is how Rasulullah was done. There was nothing like he was done and he rose up trying to emulate Isa alayhi salam. Nothing like that. It's a correct notion. Because Rasulullah never thought of that. So we do not believe in as Muslims. So we follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to do. That the message of God is sent to guide mankind